I'm thinking, if she gets any closer, like, I don't know, if the husband comes back and catches me this close to his wife, there's gonna be trouble. I'm thinking, you might have seen this news that's been trending online recently about how Japan wants all these black men to come to Japan. And apparently, the reason why Japan wants black men to come to Japan is that they're just not making enough babies. And apparently, someone in Japan thinks that black men are very good at making babies. And apparently, they're even offering money for black men to come to Japan. And who knows? Is this fake news? Is this real news? I don't know. It could be a hoax. Anything can happen online. But as soon as people heard about this, I know some black men online, they were saying, "Oh yes, man. Oh, you ain't gotta tell me twice, man. I'm over there. I'm going to Japan. Get my passport. I'm going right now." And wow, there's been a lot of things happening, a lot of talk. But I'm going to give you my perspective because I've actually been to Japan, and I want to tell you about two things that I noticed while I was there. So the first thing I noticed is that Japanese people, they love Jamaican culture. That's right. I mean Jamaican culture. I'm talking Bob Marley, Sean Paul, dancehall. Like the whole "No Woman No Cry," all that stuff. Like Sean Paul, everything. They love that, and they even have like nightclubs where they dance, music, and everything. I was not ready for this. I wasn't ready because when I went to Japan, me and my friends, we kind of looked at the Japanese reggae. We're like, oh, okay, it's decent. It's nothing. It's not nothing amazing. So when we went to the clubs, they're like, okay, so they think they know how to dance. They think they know how to dance. We show them how to dance. We were ready to show them how it's done. At first, we were dancing together, and then later on, like, okay, we took a step back. So, okay, wait, these people, they've got some moves. Okay, okay, Japan, do your thing. But by the end, we just stood back and watched because these guys were just on another level. They were so, so good. We weren't ready for it. I mean, I'll be the first to say that I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready. And I'll be honest, I was very surprised. The dancing, the singing, everything, the show was incredible. I've been to a lot of Jamaican style parties, and I'd say the only thing that came close to this party that we had in Tokyo was Notting Hill Carnival. If you've been to Notting Hill Carnival in London, you kind of know what I'm talking about. And that was like the same kind of atmosphere that they had going on in Japan, but it was just insane. They were partying all night, literally from about 10 at night till the sun came up. I think it was about 7 a.m. When people started going home, but there were still people inside, still partying. So, and I think some of these Japanese girls, I think sometimes we saw that on the Instagram. They like to travel. They like to go to, Jamaica for girls trips, to have fun. So it's fair to say that maybe at least some Japanese girls are into black men. So that's what it seems like. And the other thing was as well, not only do they like the music, but also the food as well. In the small area we were staying in Asakusa, which is quite it's quite maybe a bit more touristy part of Tokyo, but still has a lot of traditional things there as well. But in this little small area we were staying in, there were three Jamaican restaurants selling jerk chicken. Three restaurants in this smaller area. Count them. One, two, three. Uno, dos, tres. Tres restaurants in this small area. The city I live in now, we only had one. I'm not in Japan right now, but the city I live in, we only had one Jamaican restaurant, and that closed down. But in that small area that I was in, that little part of Tokyo, in Asakusa, there were 3 restaurants within walking distance. And then when we went out clubbing, we're traveling with, I think we were in like near Shibuya, near Shibuya, on just walking down the street, we saw another Jamaican restaurant. So it's seems like Jamaican cuisine as well is something that Japanese people do like. So they seem to be into the Jamaican flavor of black man. And now the second point I wanted to mention was something that I learned whilst I was in Japan. So I was actually at one of these Jamaican restaurants, and we sat down. Me and my friends were eating food, and then a Japanese couple came into the restaurant, and there were seats all over the restaurant, but they came and sat right next to me, and I thought, oh, that's weird. There's space elsewhere, but why would they come and sit right next to me? And we were sitting on like a bench, so they were sitting right next to me, and the wife sits next to me, the husband sits next to her, and then he gets up and says, "Oh, I'm going to the toilet." I said, "Okay, yeah, that's fine." The wife starts getting closer to me, and she starts to get really, really close and starts to, like, she's trying to initiate a conversation. And I'm thinking, if she gets any closer, like, I don't know, if the husband comes back and catches me this close to his wife, there's gonna be trouble. I'm thinking, what is she doing? Like your husband could come back at any moment. What are you doing? So I'm just sitting there thinking, what on earth is going on? Husband comes back, he sits next to her like he doesn't even mind. At this point, the wife is sitting closer to me than she is to her own husband. And then they carry on talking, they're telling me about the things they like and different things. And then they say to me, "Hey, your food looks nice." I said, yeah, it's quite nice. She goes, "Can I try some?" I was thinking, you want to try my food? And she didn't even wait for an answer. She just grabbed the chicken off my plate with her hands, with her bare hands. She starts eating the chicken, and she gives some to her husband. And I was thinking, this is pretty weird. And then she started getting even closer. She was getting closer and closer. And then I realized that, oh wait, I think they're one of those couples. I think it seemed like they were maybe out on the on the hunt, as you were. They were trying to find themselves a black man to join them in the activities. I think it seemed like they were trying to smash. Okay, that's what I'm gonna say. And so I kind of had this feeling, but I was thinking, nah, there's no way. Like I'm in Japan on holiday. I've been here for 2 days. There's no way that a random couple has approached me because they want me to join them for their fun activities. But I looked it up online after I came back from Japan, and it turns out this is a common thing for black guys in Japan. Apparently, that does happen where a lot of Japanese couples do approach you for the sole purpose of getting you to go home with them and enjoying them in the activities. And yes, and I think it's not considered cheating in Japan. I think if you look on YouTube for these interviews where they question Japanese couples about cheating, the Japanese attitude towards what's considered cheating and not cheating is pretty interesting. And I think some of them would prefer if your partner cheats on you, then leave you. They'd rather the partner cheats on you and stays with you than just leaves you and gets a divorce. It's pretty interesting. I think it's definitely worth going on YouTube and looking at some of these videos where they do interviews with Japanese people. I think their attitude and mentality towards all that opening up the marriage to let other people in for fun times is pretty interesting. So I'd say, in my opinion, it does seem like, well, my experience, it does seem like at least some Japanese girls are really into their black man. So As a black man, should you move to Japan just because Japan is asking you to come over? Well, that's not for me to say. But if you do want to go to Japan to travel, explore the culture, I'd highly recommend it. It's a fun place and there's lots of exciting things to explore. Mount Fuji was nice. Okay, anyway, that's enough for me. Bye.